Okay, back in July of 2019, I just looked it up. I did a tater tot video, and I wasn't really impressed with the results. And what I did in that video was I freeze-dried the tater tots, but I didn't bake them. Since then, I have found that if you bake them, I tried it, and they came out a lot better cooked. So I should have cooked those. So I figured it's about time to do another video. And this one we're going to make chili cheese tater tots. What I got is a 1 pound 12 ounce bag of mini tater tots. I think they'll fit in my freeze dryer a lot better. So we're just going to bake these according to the package directions. Alright, so I'll get those in the oven and I'll do both bags and I'll show you how I'm going to tray them up. I'll see you then. Okay, this is tray number 2, so one bag fills one tray, which worked out pretty nicely. All I'm doing is putting these on paper towels, and that way the paper towel will absorb some oil, and also when we're freeze drying it will absorb more oil. Now before I put that in the freezer, we'll put another layer of paper towel on there, like that. And we'll put these grates. I use these grates. I got them from frozenright.com, and that just holds my paper towel in place. So when I stick this in the freeze dryer, I'll stick it in just like this and freeze dry them that way. So I'll move on to the making the chili. Okay, so what I have here is 3 pounds of 97 or 93% lean ground beef that I browned up and drained. I'm going to dump that into my crock pot. 1 large onion that I coarsely chopped into the crock pot. Let's see how big that can of beans is. I got a large can of kidney beans, which is 27 ounces. So I'm going to dump those in there with the juice. One of your normal cans, which is 16 ounces of chili beans. Two cans of 14.5 ounces of diced tomatoes. All of this I'm putting the juice in with it. And then 1 28 ounce can of crushed tomatoes. Let's give that a stir. Now obviously this is way more chili than I need for my tater tots. The idea is for me to make me a bowl of a big pot of chili and siphon some off for the tater tots. And that was 3 pounds of ground beef, so I got 3 packets of chili seasoning. And I think that we are going to add a little bit of moisture to that. But we'll add 1 can of water to that. Alright. Let's get that all mixed up. That looks good. Now what I'm going to do with that is put that on low and cook that for about 6 hours. I think, on low. So I'll see you probably when I try that up. I'm going to cook it on low for about 6 hours, let it cool down, and then stick it in the refrigerator overnight, and then I'll try it up from there. The reason I stick it in the refrigerator overnight is because any grease that's in there should come to the top and we can get rid of that. And plus, chili always tastes better after it's sat in the refrigerator. So that's what we'll do. I'll see you when this is ready to try. Okay, so I have had that in the refrigerator overnight. I don't see any fat that came to the top, so did pretty well draining that. So let's fill up our molds. I did 2 trays of tater tots, so I'm hoping to get 8 meals out of this. 8 portions of chili cheese tots. So I'm going to call that 2 of those squares a portion. So we want 16 of those squares filled. Okay, so we'll get that in the freezer. I'll do up 4 more squares and we'll get them in the freezer, and I'll see them when they come out of the freeze dryer. Alright, so here we go. This is what we got. My chili cheese tater tots. Got my Velveeta cheese over here. Let me get it in the picture for you right there. And basically, I didn't show that in my recipe there, but all it is take 8 ounces, half a block of 3-pound block. No, half of a 3-pound block of Velveeta and 1 can of Rotel, and basically heat it up in the microwave and melt it all and mix it all together. And then I just poured it into the molds. Here's my tater tots. Paper towel on there just to absorb any excess oil. I don't really see a lot on there, which is great. So let's get this packaged. I think what I'm going to do is package the tater tots in my exterior bags. Now I need to divide that into 4. Not like that. I'm just going to throw those in my bags. Okay, that's that. Now we're going to put 1 block of cheese in a bag. And we're going to put 2 blocks of chili in a pouch. Okay, so now I'm going to go through all these bags and put a 300cc O2 absorber in each bag and seal it. Okay, so we got those all heat sealed, the cheese and the chili. So now I'm just going to take my bag here that has the tater tots in the bottom. I'm going to throw 1 bag of chili in there and 1 bag of cheese in there. Like that. Oh, like that. Can you see that? So everything's in there. And I'm going to set it to the side because I want to put some O2 absorbers in there. Okay. Just give me a window here. So you've got those in there. Now I'm going to put an O2 absorber in that bag, the gallon bag, obviously for my tater tots. But that's a gallon bag, so I'm going to use 2 300cc's. Just throw those in there. The ziplock is shut. Like such. There you have it. Let me do the rest of these bags, and then we'll do a taste test. Alrighty, got those all packaged away nicely. Came out like that. A gallon bag. Chili cheese tots. Now let's get it open. Alright. So we got our chili. Our cheese. 2 300cc O2 absorbers. And we're going to dump our tater tots right there. Let's take our chili. These 7mm bags are really hard to tear, so I always have a pair of scissors handy. Alright, so there's my chili. Take the O2 absorber out. And we'll put some hot water in there. Now to give you an idea, for those 2 blocks, the rectangular blocks, I just used a half a cup of water, hot water. Right, so let's let that reconstitute for a bit. This is my cheese. I'm going to kind of give it a little crush. That was one of the square silicone molds. That's 1/4 of a cup. I'm just kneading that a little bit, because I can feel any lumps in there through the bag. Much better if you powderize it. I was just being lazy, because I made it in nice little squares, which was a nice portion. I probably could have powderized one of those squares and saw how many tablespoons, or probably tablespoons that was, of powder, and then powderize it all. But I didn't do that. Alright, let's pour our chili out. Pretty sure that'll be reconstituted by now. And what I'm going to do is pour a little bit on my tater tots, and the rest in here. Alright, now let's do the cheese. A little bit of cheese on my tater tots. A little bit watery. I think 1/4 of a cup is too much. But that's alright. That'll soak up into my taters nicely, I think. Might even be a good thing. Alright, let's dig in. I need a spoon because of those tater tots. Actually, that cheese sauce is soaking up into those tater tots really nicely. I want to mix it up and see if we get a better texture on the tater tots. Don't look as pretty as the thumbnail does. Let's see what it tastes like. Mmm. Mmm. That is good. Needs a little bit more chili. Oh yeah. The center of those tater tots are starting to get soft and the outside's crunchy. But that tastes really good. I'm happy with that. Now if I'd have made that cheese a little bit thicker, I probably wouldn't have got the softening of the tater tots. So I'll let you guys decide whether you want thick cheese and really crispy tater tots. Or maybe go ahead and water down that cheese just a little bit, because that makes a nice crunchy outside. Not all of them are soft on the inside. Some of them are still crunchy all the way through. But I just kind of think it adds to the texture by having some of that soft. As a comfort food, I'm going to say this is pretty good. As out of 10, I'd probably give it a 9. It's not perfect. It's not like Sonic's. We'll have the nice, greasy, fresh tater tots. I'm going to call it 9 out of 10. Mainly because it's not very eye appealing the way I've got it here. And the texture of the tater tots, the ones that are soft actually I think taste better than the ones that are crunchy. Because the ones that are crunchy kind of got a stale texture going on. If that makes sense. We know they're not stale. I just took them out and packaged them. But that's kind of the texture that they have. A solid 9 out of 10. Can't win them all, but it's still a good what do you call it? Morale builder thing, because it's not the same old beans and rice and beans and rice on the side of beans with beans on the side and all that stuff. So it's a good addition. I guess the quality of the chili might make a difference too. If I made that chili, maybe I made that a little bit runnier, which I normally make a real thick chili, maybe that would soften up the tater tots. I don't know, we could play around with it. But let me know what you think, and I'm going to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.